हेलो एंड वेलकम दोस्तों। तो आइए देखते हैं क्या हुआ है बैंक निफ्टी में अभी तक और कल से क्या हो सकता है। वेलकम ट्रेडर्स, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इन बैंक निफ्टी सो फार एंड व्हाट विल हैपन टुमारो एंड दिस कमिंग वीक। फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, if I just what is happening in the markets in terms of structure. We were creating lower lows and lower highs, and it seems to be that this sideways consolidation range has been broken, right? We had a pullback, and it seems to be holding above that range slightly. Okay, so this is the first sign that we may be entering into a swing long for a month, probably. Who knows? But the key factor here to understand is that structure has been broken, but we need to see some strong consolidation and a base here before we move forward in terms of price structures. Okay. Now let's try to analyze using a simple market profile, just a market profile days. Okay. If you closely look, we've been consistently making balance areas below the previous balance areas, right? So new profiles have been created, which are created below the previous value area lows from this top, right? So we've seen this structure happening on market profile, and then eventually what has happened since 15th March is we've created a kind of a base here. We've created a balance area here. We will further analyze it, okay? And then eventually this 4 day, 3 day balance area, 3.5 day balance area, which saw some look below and fail setups here. But eventually what has happened is this balance has persisted, and the last two sessions we've seen a breakout of that balance, and we've been sustaining here. Okay, now let's try to map balance areas. Okay, that's what we do in our everyday prep, and that's what we will do today. Okay, this is a holy special. uh, Sorry guys, holi ki sabko shubkamnaएं, happy holi to everyone. Hope you are having a wonderful holiday today. सो लेट्स सी कि बैलेंस एरियाज कहाँ परसिस्ट हो रहा है। परसिस्ट हो रहा है मतलब क्या, कि कहाँ कहाँ बैलेंस एरिया बना है। ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या करेंगे कि विच एवर बैलेंस एरियाज और विच एवर प्रोफाइल्स दैट आर ओवरलैपिंग ईच अदर विल ट्राई टू मर्ज देम टू क्रिएट अ composite profile out of it. Composite is nothing but addition of one or two more profiles into one big profile. Okay, एक बड़ा प्रोफाइल बनाने देखेंगे। अगर दो प्रोफाइल ओवरलैप कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे पे, उसको मर्ज करके देखेंगे कि क्या एक नया बैलेंस जोन हम वहां से मार्क कर सकते हैं। तो अगर हम इस एरिया को फोकस करते हैं, इफ वी फोकस ऑन दिस एरिया एज आर बैलेंस जोन, लास्ट known good 4 day balance zone, okay, overall balance zone or mota moti, right? Then we should start off with this day. Okay, I'm giving you the reasoning, logical reasoning about how I think about markets. Okay, how far to go, right? First I want to identify the last known persisting balance area, more than, preferably more than 1 to 2 days, right, to understand the market's range. Okay, this has been the persisting balance area. Now what we'll do is this profile and this profile overlapping? Yes, so we'll merge. Okay, this seems to a proper D-shaped profile with their value area highs and lows here. Okay, now do you think this profile and this profile is uh, matching? No, not at all for now. But eventually, when you have the 4 day, you see that these two profiles are overlapping, so we merge both of them. Right now, what do you see? What story can you tell? अभी इसको हम इसकी स्टोरी कैसे कहेंगे कि एक डी शेप प्रोफाइल है, ये एक स्लाइटली पी शेप प्रोफाइल है. So D shape profile was a profile where usually swing turns happen. Not all D shape profiles, but composite D shape profiles which go on for like 3 days, 4 days. It's a telltale sign. Okay, that does not mean कि market यहाँ से अभी bullish होने वाला है. It's just a sign. Okay, first sign, right? D shape balance area good. फिर एक डिप आया आज मार्केट में, राइट? We had a failed breakdown of this profile 2 day balance area, this one, okay, below, and then we jumped back up without actually the pullback being held. यहाँ pullback होके ये continuation नहीं आया, fail हो चुका और फिर से इस range के अंदर आ गया. इसका मतलब है कि जो breakdown आया वो fail हो चुका है. Now what has happened actually here? देखते हैं. What are the profiles behind that this price may have got absorbed from? So sell absorption kahan ho sakta hai, where have the sell orders got absorbed? You can clearly see that there are two profiles here which we can merge. Profile to the left, right? What has happened here? The POC of this composite 2-day profile is somewhat here, right? It's not exactly bounce from there, but it is enough telltale sign that okay, the POC of the composite below has been held, which means in auction market theories rule number 4, which is an exception to 4 or 5, I don't know, but an exception to the traversal rule number 1, that when the price enters a value area, it there's a good chance that it will go and meet the other end of the range, okay, right, which is 45,765 in this case. But there is an exception to this rule, right, that if the POC is held, then there is a chance that the market might just pop, the price might just pop out of this value area and move to the prior zone of balance, which in this case is this balance area, and specifically to this 2 days balance area starting from 46,398 400 to 46,700, right? So now we know so far there was a D-shaped profile, so there was balance that was found. Then we had a small breakdown and a quick pop back into the range, creating a P-shaped profile, right? A slightly P-shaped profile, and which means this is a bullish kind of a profile. Cool. So far so good. Now that we know कि एक बार bearish case का rejection हो गया है, now this 24th March day, what happens is we break out of this range, we take a pull back, we don't have continuation, but every time we are selling into that range, there is quick absorptions from below, okay, and we can check them out on probably delta, and we can see, if I'm not wrong, right, so this is an absorption, this is a big selling candle, but I don't think you guys can see this correctly. Let me just, yeah, there's a big selling candle, there's a good volume, good sell volume candle here, which is seen, which can be identified with this 11:45 30-minute candle with a big red delta here, right? What has happened is actually in the very next candle we've seen continuation of that selling and then eventual recovery on the green delta candle, but the price has moved significantly up, almost recapturing the high of the previous candle, and then it's went slightly sideways. There are absorptions on both side, but now understand that we are holding above the prior 4-day balance areas, or two 2-day balance areas. These are 2 and 2. So total 4-day balance area. If you look closely, let's merge also. Let's, for brevity's sake, merge profile to the left. You can see this is the what 4-day balance area, and the POC is where, here, kind of. If you close and look, what has happened is we've again slightly dipped inside this range and held at the POC, similar to what happened before, right? So, and then we've popped back out and we are holding outside this 2-day balance, 4-day balance area, right? What has happened then? Let's see on this day also, 26th, 22nd March, and this was sorry, 21st March, not. So these two are overlapping. We'll merge them again. Merge profile to the left, right? Now we've reached towards the area where the market is at currently, right? So we'll mark this value area high, we'll mark this value area low. Okay, these are the two main, and I will just slightly move this area, this line above here, because it actually overlaps with this 2-day balance area here, and I think this will be a good strong support zone. And we are slightly moving the value area lows, because if you look closely, actually there is a distribution below here and a distribution above, but to show you the context of the market, I have merged these two profiles, okay, for now. And it's okay, we can have this short range. We anyhow don't want to take shots here. We will probably take a shot below this POC or below this zone, because there can be another look below and fail setup like these pops back in. Kya hota hai look below and fail? Whenever selling side takes over, overpowers the whenever supply comes in and it tries to move the market down, but limit buyers hold the market here, then these aggressive sell orders, this aggressive market sell orders, which you can see on our footprint charts, get absorbed. Okay, when they get absorbed, as in what, price does not move down as much as the selling has happened relatively, and that's why all of these shorts are now probably in danger. As soon as price pops back up, it becomes a snowball effect, and there is a mini short covering kind of a behavior that happens in the market, because this is basically short trapping essentially that has happened. Shorts have been trapped because the market cannot move down, and they aggressively traded over at these points, and they have failed to move the market down successfully, and therefore they will have to pay a cost for that. And that cost is basically, as soon as price starts moving back up, they will have to start covering their positions, and that will move the market further up. Okay, that's what has happened here, right? Another same behavior of the market. So now context or behavior is slowly changing, is what I'm trying to get to here. Okay, to keep things simple and short here, what is happening at the end from 10:15 to 3:15 on 22nd, last Friday, is we are consistently holding above the POC. These, mind you, these are two different profiles. If you look closely, right? So it's holding in this and 2 day balance area. We are holding at the top end of it, and we may pop back up. So now we found out that, okay, the overall short bias is slightly changing, and we have seen multiple signs here over past 6 sessions, right? 4 plus 2, that we are moving failed breakdown, failed breakdown, and then holding at the top end. This 2 day is holding at this top end, and this 1 day is holding at the top end of this 2 day balance area. Overall, what I want to say is the bias is look for long trades. Okay, so now we want to look for long trades. What will we do? We will take a long from here, right? As soon as price breaks, pulls back, let's say we have a gap up opening tomorrow, and we pull back and we try to hold here somewhere, we will try to take some longs, okay, for some targets. Now what are the targets? Let's see some targets. Okay, now the target I see is this profile first, and then these two profiles, right? This is where balance is above. Everything else is a trend day. So this, 14th March one is a trend day. It went popped back up. It's popped up. We had some covering kind of a behavior, right? Shorts are trapped here, therefore they popped back up, and then immediate selling, continuation of the bigger trend, right? So this was a full trend day. So there is no balance here. The next balance I see is here. Okay. So now we'll have our market profiles up again, right? What I can see is that this high, first we'll just merge these two, merge profile to the left. So now we get this big profile, right? We will mark this balance area low for now, right? Which also overlaps with this swing high, right? Okay, so now we have this. I will keep this here. This profile is high, or this day is high, and it also matches with the distribution below. If you look closely, this is a B-shaped profile. It popped back up. We had an immediate liquidation because we couldn't sustain the swing. Longs were turning into swing shorts. Shorts were taking control, and therefore it could not sustain. We popped back down, created a balance area. So if you look closely, this is the range that we want to mark accurately, and that's how we did using market profile. We can even further take this below and use this exact distribution, okay, to make things accurate. I have only used okay, now that either we can do this, or we can also choose this high. Why? Because there is going to be resting liquidity above this high, uh, which this was a day high of, I guess, 13th March, and I'm sure this range has some stop losses above, and some, there should be some liquidity. If the market pops back into this range and actually tries to go traverses this profile above and meets this 47,683 level, it might also try to take out this liquidity sorry, if it goes to 47,633, it would also go and take this liquidity out, and therefore I'm marking something above here, which gives us a good zone to capture extra profits, slight extra profits. This 47,680 should, mind you, if market turn bullish, we may see some liquidity hunting of longs here, and then we might go sideways, and then we'll decide the next course next week, whether it'll be bullish or back to bearish zone. Okay, but for now these two levels now make sense to me. This area is disregarded, this value area, because this is a trend. We are only marking what balance areas. We just want to mark balance areas right now in the market, and then eventually what will be remaining are trend areas, right? Cool. So if we plan to take a long from here, what will be the first destination? This profiles this area. I clearly see some POC also here, right? So I will mark this profiles POC. I will disregard this profile. I will disregard this profile, but I see some sideways action here, right? And so where will be the liquidity be? Market will go and hunt for liquidity. The next liquidity pocket is this, which also aligns with this kind of a pullback that happened, selling pullback and then rotation. So I think this will be 47 to 67 on the futures chart. So I would take some longs, and careful longs, where I will try to see if we also delta is strong, because there are some supply zones here and here, uh, that may also act as some kind of a resistance in the first pop. So might wait for this to break and also pull back and do something like this, and then eventually from here I might time of long. So around 47 50s 80s 20s, 20 to 80s is a good time. Eventually this also might get negated at this supply zone, which is 47 140. So keep be mindful of 47 130 area. Okay, so we'll mark that also. Let's see, just slight resistance is what we expect from here. So this is how I'm planning the trade. Okay, now, right? So what I see is, now this is a good scalp. If we get a breakout, we'll change the color to green, and this is the continuation of the earlier scalp that I will book out here. So if I get into 10 lots here, I'll book like 6 here and then 4 above it, or something like that, some variation of this, or 3 and then 3 I'll keep running. If we break into this range, then we get this entire move. Okay, and eventually the liquidity hunt of this area. Okay, these are the trades that I'm looking for the next week. We've arrived with our levels here. Okay, and let's see what have we got here. Okay, so there is this POC which we will mark, because this is a slightly bigger area, right? So we need to be mindful that there will be a POC here of this. Okay, so then the next trades become again these, and eventually continuation of this if POC doesn't hold over there, which I think it shouldn't, because it's once broken completely. This has become a trend area. So I think this will be a very fast move from here. It could also go directly here, right? So I'll just keep this big arrow in mind here, and of course continuation of this can be this. You can understand this better. Okay, these are some levels that we've got for bank nifty. Now what happens in the case that we open slightly inside this value area, right? Then I will not enter any shorts. In fact, I will see that if the market breaks this 47 46 800, okay, so all shorts below this, cautious shots. Okay, because there is this demand zone that has been created now here. So what we will see is, maybe we break down, pull back, and a lot of longs try to move the market up, okay, from here. So let's see. We break down, and in this pullback we try to capture this range again, and we get another rejection from POC from this profile, and we move back down. Then probably I will take a shot till this POC of this composite area, and then the further continuation towards this areas, right? 46, so 46 800 to 46 450, 300 rally down, but try to be cautious, don't enter directly. Actually sometimes what happens is, if you wait for since we are in a long bias, long context zone, the context is long, we may have more look below and fail. So probably if it opens negative also tomorrow and tries to break down and starts holding, I would look for some kind of a consolidation buying signs here. And then at the end of the day, just a covering of all the shots that tried throughout the day. And then this move also can be a very can be an expectation, okay, tomorrow. All right, shots, be careful. That's all. Just play level to level. Shots be in very small sizes. Okay, best shots only below this zone 46. Let me just actually we have to merge profile, unmerge profile. Do this right. We had done this. So first we'll merge profile and then merge profile. So this is the zone. Okay, so I would rather take shots. Yeah, let's actually use this latest today profile instead. I think that is a much better uh, way. And let's slightly also move this above this small distribution here. So this becomes a bigger distribution. I will not trade between, then that means this zone. This is a no trading zone now, okay guys. I might time some longs here, okay. If market opens sideways and then pulls back in, the POC holds and there is a aggressive buying order, then I might start timing my orders from here for these all moves, okay, early entries. Similarly, if the market aggressively opens, so let's move this aggressively opens, as in uh, opens negatively and aggressively, and then we start having some failed and we start consolidating here. Eventually what I will do is try to look for a failed breakdown of this area, okay. So we'll enter this small value area and we'll hold here, and we start holding here. I might start to think about taking longs, but not before this 47 46 840 is broken again and we are back into the above distribution, this distribution, okay. So this is where I will start taking some longs from here as well. So one is from POC. If we hold at POC and there's an aggressive move back out, then I might, which is a likelihood as well, then I might take this long from POC, which can be signified this, right, slightly less green. But also can time it from here. If you have a failed breakdown from this value area lows from this distribution to we go down and test this distribution and start popping back up, it's a sign that we don't want to, value doesn't want to move down, and it again will recapture this value area. And since it will recapture this value area, then the ideal scenario is that we go and see acceptance about this value area and start moving back up very fast. Essentially there are some pockets here that will give you really great long trades in the coming days, okay. Yep, that's about it, I think. Thank you so much. Let me just clear this and give you some. So shorts only below this, guys, okay. ये समझ जाओगे आप. uh, yeah, and longs only above this. ये लास्ट का ट्रेड जो मैंने डिस्कस किया था, और एक पीओसी से भी निकलेगा. सो आपको सारे ट्रेड्स बता देता हूँ बस, ये देख लेना आप. इसका पीओसी क्या है, जस्ट आई बॉलिंग इट. लेट्स सी, राइट. सारे ट्रेड्स मैंने यहाँ मार्क कर दिए, सारे प्लेस मार्क कर दिए, सब पीओसी मार्क कर देता हूँ, ठीक है. या लेवल्स को इतना इम्पोर्टेंट मत दो कि 911 या 920 एग्जैक्टली। लेवल्स आर जोन्स, उसको जोन की तरह ट्रीट करो। 30-40 पॉइंट्स अप एंड अबाव, ओके, देयर हैज टू बी अ मार्जिन ऑफ एरर। मार्केट्स आर नॉट परफेक्ट, दे लाइक टू थ्राइव इन अ मोड ऑफ chaos। सो प्रोबेबिलिटी वाइज इतना कुछ टेंशन मत लो कि 46 901 11 के अबाव ही मिलूंगा। देखो बिहेवियर कैसे कर रहा है, अच्छे। मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स इफ यू आर नॉट क्लियर इन योर ट्रेड, वेट, डोंट एंटर द मार्केट्स, राइट। लेट देयर बी मोर साइंस। इसके अबाव ले लो, ये सेफ सेफ, जैसे जैसे इसके ऊपर चले जाएगा और सेफ होते जाएगा ट्रेड आपका। बट एट द सेम टाइम गेन जो यहाँ से बैठ के मिलेगी आपको, वो ऑब्वियसली रिस्क रिवॉर्ड के हिसाब से, आपके कैपिटल साइज के हिसाब से आपको देखना है क्या करना है। स्केलिंग इन कैसे, trade management is something very unique to each person's psychology and capital, what capital they start with every day, okay। शॉर्ट्स बिलो दिस एंड देन नो ट्रेडिंग जोन जो मैं बता रहा था, वो इसके बीच में। सो आई थिंक 46 700 से लेकर 900 अवॉइड ही करो तो मार्केट, यहाँ बहुत कंफ्यूजन होगा। लॉन्ग्स और शॉर्ट्स की यहाँ फाइट हो सकती है ना, ओके। अंडरस्टूड गाइस, आई थिंक दिस इज गुड इनफ। आई विल ऑल्सो पोस्ट द link of this chart in the description channel। Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want such in-depth videos from me henceforth. And depending on how much response I get, I will decide what to, whether to analyze different kinds of markets like crude, ES, even NQ, so Nasdaq के futures, forex में कुछ देखना है आपको, gold, anything, commodities. All right. Thank you. Happy Holi, everyone. Bye bye.